Okay, so seeing as how my video for reacting to the Boston Brooklyn game was like my most popular video ever, uh, it made me want to do some more of stuff like that, dissecting basketball, because it's something I could talk about forever. So I don't mind doing it. It's super fun for me. But yeah, that was super fun dissecting that. I'm surprised at its popularity. So, and by popularity I mean like 30 whole views, but good by my standards. So I thought I would do another one, and this is something I wanted to talk about for a long time. I already talk about it like casually when I broach the subject with people I meet in real life, but I just wanted to like officially put on the record, and that is why. And no, and that subject is why Donovan Mitchell is my favorite player in the league. So I'm just gonna let this video play, and then I'll talk about it over it. But basically, the reason Donovan Mitchell is my favorite player is it really just comes down to like what kind of game I would most envy. Like what kind of game I think is like most cool to have. That's all it comes down to. So I have in my group chat with my friends, we have this running joke that I always say like Trey Young sucks and that his game is whack. Obviously, there's like an inside joke. Like if I was being honest, talking to strangers, obviously Trey Young is very, very good. But I just make that joke because it's like, if given the choice between having Donovan Mitchell's game versus having Trey Young's game were an option, like I know it's a personal preference thing, but I'm just like I can't possibly justify having Trae Young's game. It's just the gap is just so big in the coolness between their relative games. So that's all it boils down to. But within this realm of talking about why I think his game is so cool, I'm going to comment specifically on one aspect of his game that I've always loved and is basically what made him my favorite player as soon as he came in the league. And that very specific aspect is his insane two-footed dunks in the paint. So this is something. This is like a beautiful intricacy of moves getting to the rim that only people who like play a lot would really understand the intricacies of. So this is like me talking to more casual fans, explaining this detail, which is, and disclaimer, I'm like a well below average player, but like I play enough to get a feel for the types of things I'm talking about. It's so hard to do these two-footed gappers as someone that small. It's absurdly difficult. And I've been watching basketball. I mentioned this in my last video too. I've been watching basketball for so long that like I can't even talk. This video is so it brings tears to my eyes. Like this gets me emotional, literally. Like, I see that this is possible in the game I love so much. It actually makes me emotional. So going back to what I was saying. Oh yeah. So because like I've watched basketball for so many years, the number one thing I enjoy when I watch is to be surprised. Because like a guy will get in the paint and he'll have a really nice pass, and the announcers will say like, "Oh my God, that was great vision," and it was great vision. But I'm like, because like I actually have pretty good vision, so I was like, wow, I'm like I saw that too. So I saw that ahead of time too. So still great vision, but I'm not like completely surprised. So that's why when I watch NBA basketball nowadays, for something to completely surprise me is the thing that brings me the most joy. And I like players and things that like are like, holy shit, I haven't seen that before. So that's what brings me to this, which is just nobody has a game like this in recent history. And the reason is, and talking about the quality of how you're attacking the basket, is most times small guys who have good highlight dunks only can go one foot. Or very, very rarely do they do like, oh, let me pause the video. They'll do like the two-footed, but it's like they don't even bend. It's like kind of like that Vince Carter take dunk, which is like, okay, you like Monte Ellis does that a little bit, but it might as well have been a one-footed dunk. And the reason is simple, is because like for a small guy to get a traffic dunk, he basically is more likely to do it by surprising the defense than by overpowering them. Because obviously they're smaller, so if they do like a power gather, then they'll get met at the rim by a big, and they won't have the element of surprise, and it's really, really hard to do that over a big, like almost impossible. So that's why whenever you see good traffic like highlight dunks from really small guys, I'm not even talking guards, like your 6'5", 6'6" guys, like I'm not even talking about like 6'3" and under, they're mostly either one-footed dunks, or when they are two-footed dunks, they're still like the really quick kind that you're still taking your guy by surprise. You're not overpowering them. But when Donovan came in the league, he had so many of these, like the videos I've just played just now, where it's like he's going into full power gather, like bending his knees, like getting all the way low, getting up, and no player in history, I guarantee you, if you look at the highlights of some of the best traffic little guy dunkers, no one does that. No one does that. So when he came to the league, I was so shocked, and all these plays of his were just so amazing. And I wanted to so now that I've said that, let's dissect like the next one that comes up, because I don't know what it's going to be in this video, but I'm positive it's going to be of the type that I described. If there was a San Junipero and you could do it like virtual world to hook into, I would just hook into 2K and play as Donovan Mitchell. That's my idea of heaven. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. So okay, so let's watch this.
Unselfish.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, granted that one wasn't like traffic, and it wasn't a dunk on anyone, but just the powerfulness of the gather, like the Desmond Mason scissor kick in the air. And I know I've said this, but you're not going to find dunkers in recent NBA history, 6'2" or under, who do that. It's just so much more spectacular looking. Oh, and here we go. Okay, so that's not like on them, but that's like, you're getting resistance from a big. But that's what I'm talking about, though. Who is that? I think it's Zach Randolph. Okay, it's like 50-year-old Zach Randolph, but still, it's still a big guy. You still gotta go. He could come fuck you up. It's like he probably won't, but he could. So it has to be a strong take. So look at this. Two-footed, full gather power take, bent knees and everything, not the Monte Ellis style. That's no player can do that, 6'2" and under, and that limits. So I actually opened up these videos in advance to show you guys what I mean, the difference. By the way, I'm not saying like one is better than the other. 2 points is 2 points. Like a nice one-footed traffic dunk, obviously, is a super highlight play. It's still like a top play of all time. I'm not disrespecting these one-footed clips. I'm just saying, like, for me personally, it's like to see something that's that rare and that spectacular, meaning the two-footed power take from a guard. It's the rarity of it just makes it so much more beautiful. So full disclaimer, I'm not dissing these really nice dunks. So this is what I'm talking about. This is a Monte clip. Look at that. Beautiful, right? So that's what I'm saying. Most dunks you see from 6'2", 6'3" guys and under are of that variety, because you have to beat the defense by quickness. You can't beat them by power if you're that small, typically. So, yeah, one-footed. Nice and quick, so the defense can't react to it. This one is... Okay, so this is what I was talking about. This is technically a two-footed dunk, but it might as well have been a one-footed dunk, because it's the quick kind. You're not bending your knees. You're still taking the defense by surprise. There's no power. There, perfect example, one-footed. Yeah. Beautiful play. I love Monte. I'm not dissing these dunks. I'm just saying it's different, and it's something that wowed me. All right. Well, this is a good video. Devin Booker, one of the top 5 player right now. Okay, top 10 player right now. He's had some nasty dunks in traffic as a guard, and he's like 6'3", 6'4", I want to say, so a little bit. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Takes the defense, outquicks the defense, takes him off guard. He has to beat it with quickness, one-footed dunk. Spectacular play. I'm saying this is the kind of play that you do see once in a while, whereas the other one you never see. This will probably be, again, I don't actually know how these videos go, but I'm positive. Yeah, exactly, one-footed dunk. Just because I know his playstyle so well, I'm like, I don't even need to see it, and I know it's going to be a one-footed dunk. I don't think I've ever seen Devin Booker go two-footed. Have I? No, I don't think I ever have. That's beautiful. Let's go for it a little. Okay. Yeah, one-footed. See? Beautiful dunk on, who's that on? Wait, was that on? That was on 80. Holy shit! How did I not remember this? That's on fucking 80. Are you kidding me? That's nasty.
I might be afraid.
That's, I can't believe I don't remember that play. But yeah, that's amazing. One-footed though. So beautiful. Yep, one-footed, one-footed. I just found these two because they just came to the top of my head. I'm not singling them out. Like all guards when they dunk on a deep is most of the time they're doing one-footed to catch them off guard and to beat them with quickness. And that brings me back to my man Donovan. Like he is doing something I've never seen before. Like I'm trying to think of in my mind I'm trying to think of like the best two-footed dunkers for small guards. And like Baron Davis and Steve Francis come in, but even they didn't get this much power. Like B Diddy did a little sometimes, once in a while he did. I don't think Francis was more like still beat you with quickness. It makes me want to cry. That makes me want to cry. That someone can do this. That someone can do this. Some human on Earth can take the game of basketball, look at it, and be like, oh, this is what I want to do to it. Yeah. Like, you know, you see the rest of you people down there, like, you play basketball your way? No, this is how I want to play basketball. I just want to do stuff like this. It's absurd. Yeah.
Stream 85 plus channels and save up to $500 a
I should
year.
probably
YouTube TV. Try it free.
Subscribe so I don't see these ads if I'm going to do more of these reactions in the future. But yeah, that answers the question to why Donovan Mitchell is like my favorite player right now. On someone. You see that? On someone. Power. Why Donovan Mitchell is my favorite player right now, and why like I jokingly say like Trae Young and people like him that their games are not as cool because I have a personal bias thing. Like, you know, when I was a kid, ever since I was a kid, I thought dunking was the coolest thing in the world, especially like stylish these types of dunks. So it's like it all just comes out. It's just a big 5-year-old. Like I know basketball. God, I know basketball on a like an intellectual level, at a very high level nowadays. But like at the end of the day, I'm just a freaking 5-year-old kid. Hey, like it's fun to think about the stuff that is more intellectual on a high level, but it's fun to just like treat the game like you're 5 too. And my 5-year-old self is, from the first time I watched ball, was like, damn, I want to do that. Like, I want to come down the fucking lane. And back then it was Biggs. I wanted to be like a big who did that. Like Sean Kemp or something like that. Because truth be told, I just didn't think it was possible for someone this small to do it. And yeah, so 5-year-old me, that just comes from me looking at basketball and being like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to come down the lane, get freaking powerful, and cram it on someone. That was nice. That was nice. That was more like straight up and down. You see this in like park mix videos. The kids are nowadays really good at doing stuff like this, like the 2-footed and then straight down. It's just like it's not even like a highlight play. It's like a legit like smart basketball play nowadays. Like it's an actual like tool. These kids nowadays are so good at just standing under and like kind of tapping it in for an easy loop that, you know, it's fast striking and it's the fastest way to make that play, as opposed to like hitting the roll with a traditional pass that is slower and might get picked off. So I just want to point that out. That's not just a highlight play. That's like an actual effective play. Let's see what happens here. Oh, this was the fun. He could have gotten even higher. That's the crazy thing. Oh, okay. I know who else. I can't believe I forgot to say this. I know who else is tiny and does insane 2-footed takes in the lane. It's freaking Ja. Yeah, last year and this year, like Ja is also like that. Ja's still a little different though, because he's so skinny. It's still like, I know I'm gonna get ripped for saying this because his shit is so powerful too, but it still feels a little bit like finessing. I don't know, like obviously he gets so high, so he's obviously overpowering people too, but there's still an element of finesse. He's still like kind of twisting in the air when he dunks, you know, like, or you know, kind of contorting himself a certain way. Whereas these Donovan ones are straight up. I'm not finessing you. I'm overpowering you with strength and height. And I could, you know, it's like I'm obviously never saying a bad thing about Ja's game. Like, obviously his highlights are on another level, but I'm just saying it's still not the same. It's like, this is, if that's 99% cool, this is 100% cool. It's not like the Donovan and Trey comparison where it's like one is so much cooler than the other. It's like, okay, Ja, your game is like 99%. This is just a little better. Oh my, like, oh gosh. All of these highlights are the same. Do you guys understand how hard that is? To be the smallest guy on the court and fucking overpower everyone in the paint.
He's on his own time and then just
they don't even half of these clips the defender can't even go for it because they know they have no chance. Like, or they do like half-ass. They go for it like half-ass like that. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna rewind a little bit. So that's D'Angelo, right? So obviously he's a guard. No one expects him to like contest this in the air. But I'm just pointing out, like, hold on, going back too far. Sorry.
You cannot stay with him.
Look, D'Angelo right here. He's the only one who has a chance to make a play at this, right? Because this guy's too far. He's a guard, no one's expecting him to, but he's like, you see that coming, he's like, there's no way you're gonna get him like that. You know what that is? Let me pause it real quick. You know what, even if he was a bigger guy, you know what that is? That's one of those plays where it's like, I know it's gonna be an and one, so it's not worth it for me to even try. Because it's not only like, you know, most people are like, oh, I don't want to look bad because I don't want to try it. No, it's not that. This is actually a smart basketball play. Because that's when you recognize it's so powerful that even if you go for it, all you're going to do is and one him. People used to do it to Shaq all the time. And like, I know like people will give me shit for saying that, but no, like a lot of defenders like didn't want any part of that. And it's like, they don't want to admit it, but they did not. Like, there were so many Shaq plays where it's like, okay, this dunk is going to be so powerful, you might as well not and one it. That's what this was from a 6'2" guy. All these highlights are the same.
Get in the way of that bowler.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously they're different plays and it's like slightly different situations. But I'm saying, like, the basketball play that's being made is the same. Like, the move he chooses, and this is a fast break, obviously. Oh my god, it's still so nice. The basketball move choices he's making to be the most effective in that situation, that is the same. That's what I'm saying. The plays are obviously different, but it's an analysis of the same type of move and what it's accomplishing. And he's the only player in history that I can think of that can make that play. And this is so cool and so spectacular. He like, you know what happened there? He like slipped. He only got like 40% as high as he could, and he still finished it. So that's all it boils down to. So it's, that's why Donovan Mitchell's my favorite player. That's why I think he has the coolest game of anyone, and like that's why like I think it's like I love when like I see something I've never seen before and just surprises the shit out of me. That to me is just so fun. So that's what this video is about.